What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Planet Cyrene with day 2 of our tree cutting experience. 30 days of tree cutting and nothing else. No hunting, no mining, no crafting, just to see the skill points that we can get from this experience and the loot that we got. We're going to start with the skills. Here's the list right here of what we had before. We had 264,474 skill points, 83 skill point gain over a 30 ped TT tree cutting experience. Now, I was looking into the history of Cyrene, and I found some pretty cool stuff that I want to talk about in the next coming videos. But in real life, in the real world, Cyrene was an ancient Greek city on the North African coast near present-day Shahat, a town located in northeastern Libya. The precise location of the ancient city was 13 kilometers from the coast. Cyrene is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So I don't know if they have that anything to do with the actual game, but I thought it was pretty cool. I also found this thread here from a post in 2012 about the history of Cyrene and the story behind it. So if you want, you can check it out yourself. I'm going to be going over it in the next videos. I have 28 more to go, so I need some stuff to talk about. I figured the history of this planet would be pretty cool for new and old players. Maybe nostalgia, maybe some new information. There's a lot of things that I don't even know about this planet, to be honest, and I call it my home. So I wanted to dig into it a little bit, find some good information, and hopefully pass it on to those who want to know. If you hear the music in the background right now, that is actually from SoundCloud. They are all old Entropia songs, I believe from 7 to 9 years ago. I thought it was pretty cool. Just something in the background, just to cover the silence just a little bit, you know. The music's going to change up here in a moment. The next one is going to be Halloween Mayhem from 2013. Anybody recognizes it, let me know in the chat. I would love to hear your stories, hear your history. I think that in the future I'd like to ask players what they do and see a little bit of their story and how they started into the game. I think that'd make some pretty cool content. I also found some really old maps. As you can see, this one here is from 2012. Map B. I mean, I've never seen anything. If you guys remember these maps, I'm going to look into it a little bit and find some more information about them. Hopefully we can get a little bit of Cyrene knowledge in this little series we have going. Here's the second map I found. Now, I thought this one was pretty cool because it has little green bars, like an upgrade. It's called the Cyrene Dynamic Upgrade Map. I don't know what those bars are. I've been curious about it for many years. If anybody knows, I'm going to try to find it myself, and so we can post it in the next videos. It would be cool to know a little bit of the history of this planet, I feel. Here's the more recent map. I believe this one was from about 2 years ago or so, 2-3 years ago. This is what it was back then. Now you can see the changes that Cyrene has made over the years. The devs have done an amazing job with this place. Here's one more map. This is the recent map that we all know. This is how much it's changed from that time to this time. Like, the changes are phenomenal. Look at how much they've added in the detail just in the map alone. I thought it was pretty cool. Well, that's my little rant. But I believe the loot on this one wasn't as great. Now, I'm going to assume that there's a multiplier. I have gotten a few decent loots over 2 ped just from one little with the tree cutter, right? So I'm assuming that means there's a multiplier to this. In the last video I showed a thread image of a guy getting a global on a tree. I'd never heard of that before, and I thought it was really cool. So I think that if I continue this series all the way until I get a global, 30 days at least, but if I keep going after that, right? Because the skill that we're getting on this is crazy. My looter skill, I mean, I'm level 45 in animal looter, which, I mean, it's not huge, but it takes a long time to get to that amount. And it goes up 0.01 of a point every time. I mean, the amount of mobs I have to hunt for that, the skill is definitely worth it. With the wood, there's a ton of nice blueprints, as you can see, that we're going to be going over in the future videos of this, just to see. That's just for the short moonleaf boards. So those ones, and the 2 other boards, the long moonleaf and the regular moonleaf boards. Plus, we're getting a lot of ground drops. I've been getting Brewkite, Nisset, Paplon, Karut, bunch of good stuff. Sorry about that. Gotta be honest, the background music of the end of the Halloween Mayhem was probably not my favorite, but hey, it's better than the silence, right? It's about to switch up here in a second. Maybe I can... Yeah, it's like a dramatic opera scene. I feel like someone's gonna break into the back door right now, like a Jason mask on. Well, Halloween, right? So I guess they're giving me the right effect, the right feeling from the Halloween music. Once again, I can't use the Cyrene music. It won't let me off SoundCloud. It's all copywritten, so only the Entropia content, Entropia Universe songs are allowed to be used, and a lot of them are from 10 years ago. I mean, they do have recent posts, but should be getting to the end of the tree cutting now. I didn't want to show the whole thing. I got the idea from this, actually, from the Arkadian snowball from Disciples of Alien. If you want to check his profile out on YouTube, got some really good content. We'll hear the skill gains that we had from this day. The day 2 TT value that we're down is a little bit off. I had that set for both days. Here's the skill that we've gotten overall as a whole. You can pause those if you want to check them out. As you can see, we've gone up quite a bit of skill points overall. And here's the TT total, 2613 out of 30 this run, which isn't too horrible. And overall, from both days, we ended up with 58.9, I believe. Pretty good at overall. With the skill, it wasn't too much of a total loss. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching, and I can't wait to get day 3 out there. Hope you guys enjoy it. Take care.